Right. Hello, citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nigel here once again, and this is going to be another movie review. I told you I was going to have one more Christmas review for you guys before the year is over, and it might be late at night, but ask and ye shall receive, of course. So, even though Christmas at this point has come and gone, I hope you still enjoy this last Christmas review, featuring the Muppet. This is the Muppet Christmas Carol, a very classic Christmas movie. Now, of course, as always, I'm not professional movie reviewer, analyst, or anything like that. Just a man who enjoys a good time, and I had a pretty good time, I would say, with this movie. Now, from what I've read, it looks like if not the first, it was one of the first movies, one of the first Muppets movies after the death of Jim Henson in 1990. This came out in 1992. So, of course, R.I.P. Jim Henson, and a very creative mind gave us the Muppets Sesame Street. Something that had many generations of kids, myself included, grew up with. And of course, this movie is dedicated to him. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, if you've seen these reviews of mine before, you kind of already know how this works. You have an idea at least. If you haven't, I'm going to be talking about what I liked and disliked about the movie, as well as giving a brief plot summary. So, of course, the plot, for the most part, follows the Christmas Carol, the classic tale of Ebenezer Scrooge, as he learns the true meaning of Christmas, that being, enjoy Christmas and be nice to people, or else some ghosts will haunt you, pretty much. So, this is being retold in the style of the Muppets, of course. Now, from what I've read, this is one of the more accurate portrayals of the Christmas Carol, which is pretty. It's pretty surprising that the Muppets of all things was able to get the accuracy down packed. But nevertheless, as he start off with the narrator, that being Gonzo. I do love how the opening credits feature the actual Muppet names and the roles they'll be playing. So we got Kermit the Frog as Bob Cratchit. We got Miss Piggy as his wife, naturally. They even have children in the movie. Don't ask me biologically how that worked, but lo and behold, and every time I think of that, I do think of that one Family Guy cutaway where it shows the disgusting hybrid creature of both Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy. I'd put a photo on the screen, but I don't want to freak you guys out. But I might do it anyway. Hey, because as you know, sometimes you gotta learn through suffering, But nevertheless, so I do that's a nice touch as we begin the movie. But nevertheless, Gonzo, who is Charles Dickens, and he alongside Rizzo the Rat are the narrators of the story, and they follow the characters throughout. So we see them throughout the movie, and we even see the hijinks they get into as they follow along our characters. The main character being Mr. Ebenezer Scrooge, who gets a song dedicated to how much this guy sucks, like very cold, very cheap, very unfeeling, and does not like Christmas. Says humbug to Christmas. It's so we see Ebenezer Scrooge, which we see him not even wanting anything to do with Christmas. He doesn't go to his nephew Fred's house for Christmas dinner. He gives his employees the day off only because they beg him for it, and they try to appeal to his stinginess. So he begrudgingly gives them the day off. He turns down a charity donation. So Ebenezer Scrooge all around is he's kind of a jerk, pretty much. I'm sure, as you know, the story goes. But as later on, sure enough, as Scrooge is about to go to bed, hell, even before he gets in the house, he's visited by some spirits. He's visited by a couple ghosts. His doorknob turns into one of the Marley brothers. The name of the business is Marley and Scrooge, but the Marley brothers are deceased. They're dead as a doornail, so it's just Scrooge by himself. But he is visited by the ghosts of both the Marley brothers, Jacob and Robert, or AK, who are played by Statler and Waldorf. Funnily enough, I don't remember these two. They're very iconic Muppets characters, but I don't remember them from within my youth. But I think probably because I was more so a Sesame Street kid growing up, and yeah, Sesame Street and the Muppets are very much within the same realm and everything. But I feel like I was a lot more familiar with the cast of Sesame Street than I was with the Muppets. I feel like I didn't really get uh, get as familiar with the Muppets until I got older. Or maybe I'm alone with that. Maybe it's just me. Uh, but he's visited by the ghosts of essentially his former partners. There's telling him that they were cruel just like he was, and now look at them, they're bound up in chains and everything. They're pretty much imprisoned for their dirty deeds, and that Scrooge is next, essentially. And they tell him he's going to be visited by three spirits: the ghost of Christmas past, the ghost of Christmas present, and the ghost of Christmas is to come, aka the Ghost of Christmas Future, or so. Oh, Scrooge has that to look forward to. In order to really amend his ways and to change his ways, and sure enough, at 1 o'clock, he's visited by the ghost of Christmas past, who takes him pretty much through his life. They show him as a kid, where instead of going out and enjoying the Christmas festivities, he instead had stayed inside and mainly worked and didn't really interact with the other kids. He did have a best friend though, oh, um, so I guess it's disputable. Well, but they then show him as having his first job, where he works at Foswig, which is played by a Fozzie Bear, or at the rubber chicken factory things. But we see Scrooge there, where he bumps into who girl he falls in love with that being Belle. But eventually, some years down the line, they're engaged, about to be married, but Scrooge cares more about his business as opposed to Belle, even though he tries to disguise it as him caring for Belle. So she leaves him, and he's pretty sad about it. And the whole time, Scrooge is with the spirit, kind of looking on, and he's very upset. He reminisces on his childhood and those moments and everything, somewhat fondly. So I guess maybe Scrooge isn't too far gone, on which the movie does kind of allude to, but a little later on, so we'll get to that. And, but Scrooge is very upset by reliving his memories. But he's eventually brought back to his house. I was just in time to meet up with the ghost of Christmas present, who shows him, who shows Scrooge that pretty much everybody's celebrating without him. He shows him his nephew Fred and their family. And saying that Scrooge is very unwanted because of his stingy ways. But then he also sees Bob's house and his family and his aforementioned children, alongside Tiny Tim, him who is crippled, who Scrooge feels really bad for, and who potentially might die. Which it damn, way to hit home. But they do talk about Scrooge, which Bob kind of comes to Scrooge's defense a little bit, and still praise for him and raise a toast to him. So props, I guess. But Scrooge does feel that lack of warmth, seeing all the family while he spends Christmas alone, essentially. He and he's brought back to the house as well. Oh, and he's he's up with the ghost of Christmas future slash Christmas yet to come, who shows him a very, very grim future for himself. We see Scrooge having passed away, hey, and pretty much everybody's celebrating, which damn. Um, uh, uh, but Scrooge having passed away, and then we also see Tiny Tim having passed away as well, and his family mourning him. And Scrooge, who does, like, I guess, in fact, has learned his lesson, because he's a lot more upset at Tiny Tim than himself. Like, he comes to the realization that, okay, yeah, people are kind of happy that I died. Yeah, that's kind of on me, but not Tiny Tim. And so, Scrooge eventually he changes his ways. He comes to the realization that, hey, is this the future that will be, Or that might be. Maybe there's a way I can change it. And sure enough, if he wakes up, it's Christmas morning. Scrooge has done a complete 180. He now is filled with Christmas cheer here. Even and gets the it's the bunny that he threw out earlier, or at least he threw the wreath that Fred left him earlier. Tells him, "Hey, go. Hey, I'll give you money. Go buy me a turkey." He runs to the charity organization, gives them a big sum. We actually don't hear what it is because he whispers it hit into the ear. And I forgot to mention they're actually played it by the professor and Beaker. Or, Bunsen Honeydew that is, and Beaker, her are the two gentlemen from the charity. So Scrooge donates to the charity. He visits Fred, and gives them like some food and everything. Gives them some fruit. But Fred, his wife is happy. Fred is like totally shocked, which fair. Erica's like 24 hours ago. This dude was like, and not even a full 24 hours ago. This dude was very anti-Christmas, but now he's very pro-Christmas. He visits. It's Bob gives him a raise. He's and celebrates with him, and in kind of an epilogue they tie everything together, saying that Scrooge became very good friends with Bob and his family, became kind of a mentor slash a second father to Tiny Tim. Everybody happy, Merry Christmas, Christmas cheer, here, all that good stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for the plot summary. Starting with what I liked and everything, the way the way they tell the Christmas Carol, which I think it's have I read The Christmas Carol in its entirety? Probably at this point. I've been on this earth about 25 years, because I'd be shocked if I hadn't read The Christmas Carol, or at least part of it. But the way they convey it, they convey it in a way that makes sense, that's easy to follow. They throw quite a bit at you, but it's broken up in a way to where it flows together and it really makes sense. That's good. But and the portrayal of Ebenezer Scrooge, who's portrayed by Sir Michael Caine, who I'm sure some of you may remember as Alfred from the Batman Dark Knight trilogy, excuse me, which I reviewed some time ago, a couple years ago on the channel. Who we see his character arc and development, and I think how Sir Michael Caine portrays him. I think he was just known as Michael Caine at the time. I don't think he was knighted just yet. Let me see. Actually, when in fact was he knighted? But the way he plays Scrooge and everything, he definitely steals the show. But you do feel for him later on as he begins to learn his lesson, and we see him kind of soften over the years, or not over the years, or over the course of the night as he's visited it by the spirits. Okay. He let's see when he's knighted. Or maybe I gotta scroll up a little bit. Uh, let's see. So I'm not able to see it here. So, so I'm not seeing it here, but anyway, hey, that's beside the point. So, we see Scrooge and we see how his arc unfold throughout the night, and we see he he how he really changes his, and they definitely hit him hard, and the way that the way that he uh is it there? Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, he was not, okay. Hey, so in the 2000 birthday honor, in 2000, he was knighted. Okay. Hey, sorry, I was dead set on finding that. My apologies. But the way the spirits really speak to Scrooge and show him everything, and I do like how all three of the spirits are very distinct in their own way. Hey, not only what they show Scrooge, but in the way they're portrayed, with the Ghost of Christmas Past being very sweet, calm, and innocent, just like a child. Although the Ghost of Christmas Present being very jolly and merry. He does age throughout his visit with Scrooge. But then the Ghost of Christmas to come slash Christmas future being very dark, eerie, and grim. He doesn't even speak. He just kind of points at everything, which I think very, very well done, and it makes each of the three spirits feel distinct, and the message that is portrayed gets across very well. It doesn't feel very commercial. It doesn't feel like you gotta buy high stuff. That's kind of what Scrooge chose to do, but more so, be kind, be generous to your fellow man, and that's kind of what the movie gets across. And I do who like that aspect of it. And of course, because it's the Muppets, you gotta have some Muppet hijinks, and the Muppet hijinks were pretty funny, including in what we see Rizzo, oh, and Charles Dickens, aka Gonzo, who what we see them do, who including accidentally being lit on fire, that being Rizzo landing on the Christmas goose. How did they not notice the dirt and everything from the chimney going down the Christmas goose? That was kind of, yeah, but um but we do see the Muppets hijinks, and there are plenty of jokes and everything throughout. So, and I do love how the movie kind of balances everything, where it gets the message across while still having that Muppets humor. And I think having the best of both worlds really works out in the course of the movie. If I had to find something to nitpick or not like as much, which which if I did have to find something to not like or not enjoy as much, which I do. I don't know if I can find anything truthfully, but I do kind of like to portray both sides, because as not everything is perfect, but not everything is bad. I do wish it was slightly longer. It doesn't feel too short, which is good, but I do wish it was slightly longer. And and I do wish we got to no, I can't even say that. Just great movie, yeah, I think. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this review. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Screw it, I'm late and I said it already, but I'll say it again. And Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, even though we're past Christmas. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor: like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, turn on those post notifications so you know every single time I upload videos, so you never miss an upload. And sorry, I accidentally hit my mic there. And let me know in the comment section below your thoughts on the movie, my review. Do you like the movie? Do you like my review of the movie? Let me know. We still have some more stuff coming as we wind down the year, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.